I'm excited today because I'm finally going to use some of the lumber that I milled up a while back. And if you're new to this channel, I have a sawmill, and I'm trying to, be self-sufficient to some extent, but I have a lot of land with trees, and often they're falling. So I got to the point where I decided I needed to get a sawmill and make some good use of those trees rather than just watching them rot or having to, put them in a pile somewhere. So anyway, and I love to build things, so that's part of TWC Projects, is all about building things, fixing things, learning how to use equipment, and growing together with you all and enjoying God's beautiful creation outdoors. So today we're going to be trying to build something that I've needed for a while. I have these tractor attachments, and I think there's another one in the garage too that just don't have a home, and so I need to build a shelter for those. And I also, as you've seen down in the woods where the sawmill is, I've kind of had a makeshift drying racks, if you will, for the wood. Not necessarily perfectly level, kind of out of the elements, but not really. I've got the metal roofing sitting over them, but we're going to build something here today. And I'm going to show you a little bit more about that. I kind of worked up a plan, and it probably won't be exactly what I drew, but it was a way to give me a start here. And I'll try to have a better picture for you as well, that I'll throw up on screen. But basically, it's going to be two big bays underneath, and these are going to be separate pods, and then the top part will be open in the front, so that I could just come in with a forklift and drop or pick up a bunch of boards at once and put them in, or just stack them in there. And then of course there'll be a tin roof that'll have a slope on the back, and the bottom bays are about 6 feet wide, 4 feet deep, and that'll accommodate the different equipment that I have. That's the goal, at least, and that's the project. So we're going to get started. I've got to do some leveling here and try to. I've got some concrete blocks that you saw at the beginning of the video, and those will be my foundation. Once I get those leveled in, then the 2x4 structure basically be two boxes on the bottom, and then a big open bay on the top for the wood. So let's get started and see how this goes. Thanks for coming along, and welcome to TWC Projects. Alright, so this is easily the worst part of this job ever. You remember when I put in the sawmill, I did this kind of thing all by hand. I didn't even have the tractor, but it's still a lot of it's just by hand. And it just takes so long. You feel like you're never going to get started on the fun stuff, which is, putting all the wood together. So I'm getting close. Just got to get these all level and ready, and then we'll start building out the frame, the fun part. So bear with me, I'll get this done, and I'll speed it up so you don't have to suffer through all this with me. But this is one of the longer parts of the job, is just getting the foundation right, but we'll get it. let me explain a little bit about what's going on here. First of all, my dimensions changed. Often happens when you start to build something. Partly because I hadn't really measured my, I had guessed the width of that thing and it wasn't going to fit. So I needed to make it, the opening quite a bit wider. So I made this side's going to be 7 foot instead of 6 foot. Partly because I lose 4 inches on each side, so that's 8 inches total because of the way that I'm putting these posts in the inside. The other thing I wanted to describe why I'm doing it this way is I'm building it as 2 separate pieces, partly because I might want to add a third one at some point over here. Or not here necessarily, but I want to be able to move this up to Bear Ridge eventually. So I wanted it to kind of come apart in a way where I didn't have to take the whole thing apart and be able to put it on a truck. So really just the roof will come off and the front piece and the back piece. So I'm going to build them separately so they kind of stand beside each other. The front is the only thing I just haven't figured out how to keep this all open so that I can get boards in here with the lift. So that might take a little work to figure that out. But basically I want to explain why I'm building one piece here at 7 feet and then I'll build the other one here at 6'6" or 6 foot. I can't remember what I decided on that now because I didn't go back and update my drawings, which I should have done. But anyway, the other thing I started to do is I originally was going to do 5 foot in the back and 6 foot in the front. Just didn't seem, and I still might, I haven't decided. So that's 5 foot, that's 5'6", and this is 6'6", and I haven't decided whether I'm gonna cut this down to 6 foot and just have it go to the 5 foot, if that's enough space, or if I'm gonna build that up 6 inches or replace it, which is maybe what I'll do to make sure that I have a decent, the slope of the roof so that the snow and so forth slides off. But anyway, I thought I'd stop for a minute, explain a little bit what's going on because it's probably a little strange the way I'm doing it. But like I said, I want to be able to do it in sections so that I could actually pick it up, use, empty it out, take the roof part off, and then pick it up with the tractor and put it on the trailer. And so that's what's going on with that. Thought I'd give you an update. I've been worried about rain all afternoon. Looks like it's raining, feels like it's going to rain. I thought it started to rain, but so far I'm good, so I'm going to keep going. But it looks like this is going to easily be more than one day of work, partly because, the other thing, once I changed the size of the boards, then I got to the point where I realized that my boards weren't even 10 foot. For some reason, I don't know, those original pines, I'll have to go back and watch that video, but those original pines were only about 9 feet or less. They weren't 10 footers because originally I was thinking I could do, all the leftover pieces off of the 10 footers. So if I was doing 6 foot, I'd have 4 foot lengths left over that I'd use for the cross pieces. But anyway, none of that worked out because my boards are all about 9 feet for some reason. I've got more in the pile out there and I'm gonna need more because instead of getting 2 boards out of every one, I got a lot of little short stuff that I don't know I might use for bracing, but kind of messed that one up thinking that I had all 10 footers, and I don't know why. Maybe when I first started I didn't have 10 foot logs. I usually do 10 foot. So anyway, this might be a multi-part project. Sorry about that, but that's the way it goes sometimes. All right, let's keep going. All right, that's gonna have to be a wrap for this video. I'll have to do this as a two-part series, mainly because I ran out of 2x4s. I just didn't have enough, because I ended up doing longer lengths, and I didn't have the 10-footers that I thought. I thought I was gonna be able to do 6-foot and 4-foot and use the wood well. Instead, I had a lot of scrap left over. But it's getting dark. The mosquitoes are out like crazy. It was an 80-degree day today, so I guess even though it's October, they all hatched and came out. Now they're feasting on me, I think. So anyway, at least you now have an idea of where I'm going with this. You can see the shape of it and size of it in place. So the frame is together now. I've still got to do the support structure across, bottom, middle, and then I've got to do the roof as well. So I'll have to be milling up a bunch more 2x4s. I have a bunch of pine laying around that I can use, so hopefully I can make good use of that and have enough wood to finish the job here. So anyway, thank you for watching, and thanks for also for those of you who are subscribed. If you haven't, please do, and hit the bell to get notified when new ones come out. Hit the like, share with a friend. Appreciate all that. And so keep getting outside, creating things, fixing things, enjoying God's beautiful creation all around you. Until next time, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you soon.